Okay, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Could you please get ready? We're going to present the colors for the Pledge of Allegiance here.
Detail, hook. Left, face. Present, order.
And now our past president, John McFarland, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, order. Right, face. Forward, forward. Stop. Left. Left.
Okay, I'd like to thank the Columbus's finest honor guard for presenting the colors this morning. At this time, I would like to welcome our mayor, Andrew Ginther, and Bruce Hanner, along with Mr. Beck, to unveil the newsboy.
Thank you, Tony, for that kind introduction. I'm honored to be here today on Charity Newsies Day in Columbus. The Newsies are such a rich part of our history. They are the oldest charitable organization, and in 2017 we marked its 110th year of serving children in this community. This location is significant, as I know most of the Newsies know and understand. This was the very first Newsies headquarters back in 1907, providing clothing and school supplies to underprivileged Franklin County children is so important to the success of our community because we all believe that no child should be kept out of school for lack of adequate clothing. The clothing provided to young people, whether they're in foster care or families in transition that may be currently homeless, the Newsies are always there to help children in need in this community. Since its inception, Charity Newsies has helped more than 500,000 children in Central Ohio. Their commitment to the youth of Columbus represent the strength and caring spirit of our community. What's best about us in Columbus? So congratulations again to all the Newsies and to this newsboy statue that we're going to be unveiling here today. Thanks for having me.
Go ahead, man.
Thank you all for coming today. Fine Arts Studios was contacted by Charity Newsies in March of 2017 to sculpt this, commissioned us to sculpt this statue. And you know, we went through a lot of processes with the city, with commissions and interviews, and you know, it required a lot of pre-work even just to get started. But the entire process was a team effort, and there were a lot of people that were involved that I'd like to thank, and Casey Bradley, another sculptor, Paige Stananek, a sculptress, Lee Lataki, another artist, Janelle Cadell, and Spence Ison, Forge, Gerda Brandt, all helped in the process. There were other students from CCAD Wu Jin Wang, Ishmael Rejas, all assisted in constructing. Fort Hayes documented the process. Yanaset Ayeya, Karia Jones, and Nathan Ford all participated in making this all happen. I want to thank CCAD. They allowed us to cast the piece there. They gave us complete support with sculpture facilities, the foundry, and studio. This project was really a journey, and it gave me an opportunity to use all my experience and my talents to pull this off. To have a statue that can help the community and can help the children is really an honor. The mission of Charity Newsies has really been a profound impact on Columbus. I've met a number of the people who've been recipients, and their gratefulness is incredible. 110 years ago, there were a group of men who, of very good men, who decided that they were going to act upon what this community needed. And it was 110 years later, here we are, and still contributing and helping the community. Thank you very much.
Again, welcome to our special guests, past presidents, board members, fellow Newsies, and their families and friends. Today is a special day for Charity Newsies and all of its members. Mr. Tom Beck and many, many special people with outstanding gifts and talents along the way helped to bring an ideal to reality today. Just over a year with many meetings, plannings, materials, hours of men and ladies, Lady Power, it's finally here. The Newsboy statue, where it all began in 1907. The other day I was speaking with Mr. Beck over the phone, and we were talking about the statue, and I'm going to quote him here some, is that the statue not only honors the past, which is our long tradition and history and all of the many past members, but the present, the many members that made this happen and continue to fulfill our great mission and work, and in the future for new members to follow and to continue our mission, that no child shall be kept out of school for the lack of adequate clothing. And so it's an exciting day that the Newsboy is finally here. There are some thank yous. I'd like to, again, thank you to Mayor Andrew Ginther for coming today for the dedication and unveiling, Bruce Hanner, and to the students that helped him, artists, for helping. A lot of time and work into that. Also the committee. I just want to thank the committee that was with Mr. Beck for everything they've done, especially Adam Freeman. Adam, are you here? Adam was interventional. He helped us a lot with getting through some things that maybe we may not be here. It was going to happen, but it might have taken a little longer to get here today. So thank you, Adam. Also, the contributors, we'd like to thank, again, Dr. Ruffin and the Fort Hayes group. Where's Dr. Ruffin? Thank you. And then also to some of our contributors are like Anthony Thomas Company, Jack and Benny's Downtown Diner, who gave up this space so that we could have this today and also having things. Thank you very much for everything today, sir. And to Schmidt's Sausage House, and today they still have the buck for a puff, so if you can still do that. And just thank you to all the Newsies and everyone that contribute to this statue. It gives everybody a piece of ownership into this, and again, it's a great day. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out and helping us celebrate this great day. And thank you very much. Want to say anything? I'd like to give you Mr. Tom Beck here.
It's a good morning, but it's going to be a great day. this all started with an idea that three men had after they had helped a newsboy on a cold December evening in 1907. They had an idea, get a bunch of men, they could sell some papers and use all the profit from the papers for charity. That was an idea. Here we are, 110 years later. The dedication of the statue and why we're dedicating it is not going to be headline news in communities in faraway places. But it should be, because there should be more Columbus, Ohios around. If there were, the world would be a better place. This is a gift to Columbus and the residents of Franklin County who have supported us, who have trusted us, and appreciate what we're doing for mostly needy people in our community. It's also a symbol of why Columbus, Ohio is such a great city to live in, to raise your family. The people are friendly, they're kind, and they're very, very generous. Very generous. An example of the early generosity of people in Columbus is a little story about Kate Rodgers. It's in your program. Please read that story, and especially the last sentence. As we pass through the 110 years, the Newsies, for one reason or another, for one occasion or another, for one emergency or another, have distributed thousands of baskets of food, thousands of baskets of coal. We've helped flood victims, fire victims, and have taken part in many, many family emergencies and helping them out of the situation. The generosity is unmatched, I believe, anywhere. And again, the number of children, the most important thing we've accomplished in that 110 years, and it's been repeated already twice, but 500,000 and going children. They received brand new clothing. And for some of the recipients, the brand new clothing they have received is the first that they've had since diapers. And we ask them, along with giving them clothes, to stay in school, work hard, and someday you can repay us. An example of that paying back for what we did for them is an example right here. This gentleman is as grateful for the clothing that he received years ago as he is for the red coat he earned being president of our organization. Dave Shelby. Another example, and it's already been mentioned, of the generosity of our community is Gino, Garcia, Marchetti, the owner of Downtown Diner. The very spot where the three men walked out of Billy's Chop House to aid that cold, shivering newsboy. So it was an idea. And over the years, and especially the last 10 years, the Newsies have averaged clothing 12,000 students at $150 a student. You got to sell a lot of newspapers to get that kind of money. And so recently we've talked about having another event day that might bring in more money for our clothing fund. And again, another former recipient of Charity Newsy Clothing, who is currently a member of our city council, introduced a resolution making June 15th Charity Newsy Newsboy Day in Columbus, Ohio. The resolution passed. And now we hope that this day in the future can be both a fun FUN day for fundraising and an FUND day, where businesses large and small, church groups, fraternal organizations, veterans groups, well, you name it, they can do something special on that day or around that day, and part of the proceeds would go to our clothing fund. When talking to the great people at Schmidt's Sausage House, Jeff said, why wait till next year? We'll do something this year. And today is the last day of 2 weeks of a special they have for their cream puffs. Every cream puff that they have sold in the last 2 weeks, $1 of it is going to the clothing fund, and right now they're at 5,000. I add to that that a member of the Schmidt family has been in the Newsies since the 1920s. They know why they're supporting us. In closing, the only way this day I think could be better is if some of the original founders of our organization could be here and see what they developed. But not very many people live to be 110 years old. In fact, our time on Earth, if measured, is a dot. That's all it is. We come and we go. We pass through. We pass by. But our newsboy statue and his story is never going to die. On behalf of the Ohio Newsboy Association, aka the Charity Newsies, I thank you, Columbus, and Semper Fi.
Thank you very much for coming out and for the unveiling and the dedication today. Please stick around. There'll be a little reception here at Jack and Benny's. Thank you again for everything, and for Columbus for everything that you've done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come around, check the front.
One question, please.